Welcome everybody to the Latin Nerds Network. My name is Jose and this is my review for Morbius. Of course, Morbius, Sony's newest Marvel film, obviously taking place in the same universe, something they're trying to build with Venom and Kraven the Hunter coming up and etc. And this is one I wasn't super excited about and my expectations were lowered, particularly finding out the review embargo was going to be the day before the movie. That's never a good sign when the review embargo is a day before the film, particularly for a movie, a big budget comic book movie that this is supposed to be. That being said, I read some reviews that came out yesterday, and most of them were bad to mediocre. Mediocre at best, but most of them were bad. And I say, after watching this movie, I disagree. I don't think this movie is mediocre or bad at all. I think this movie is terrible. This movie is not good. And it's rare for me to say to go see a superhero movie and be bored. And that's exactly what it was. This was boring, lifeless. I was just so disengaged. I could not connect at all with anything that was going on. It was just so by the numbers, and it's had so many issues, which is surprising because this movie was delayed for a couple of years at least. That gave them a whole lot of time to fix up a lot of these issues, which I get to in a moment. But listen, we all know Jared Leto's here, right? Jared Leto has gotten his shit from comic book fans because of his portrayal of the Joker in the Snyderverse, and I get it, and it is well deserved. I understand that, and he shouldn't be blamed for this because he did the best he could of what he have, right? It's the script. The script's not good. The story's weak, and he's just flying by doing what he's doing here just to get a paycheck. That's what it seems like. It's just a script where when you watch a superhero film, you want it to be someone you can stand behind, right? Someone to root for, someone to relate to, and he's just not it at all. And the CGI, awful, particularly in that third act, it was terrible. Things happen, and I'm like, wait, why did that happen? I don't get it. It didn't make sense sometimes, and I guess in the third act it's really bad. But ultimately, and listen, so I guess compared to Venom, right? Another Sony property, where Venom wasn't a great film, right? CGI was not good at times, particularly that third act. So it kind of sounds familiar to what Morbius is giving us here. But the difference is the main character is Tom Hardy. With Venom, that was fun. That made that character entertaining. Their banter going back and forth, that was fun. Particularly something that leaned on, particularly in the second film. That kept you engaged and kept you interested and kept you rooting for the main character. Morbius is so far from that, it's not even funny. And they told the line here, this movie just sits in the middle, right? It wants to be dark, but PG-13 is only so much you can do because, he's a vampire, right? You look at Blade, for example. Blade was similar material, rated R. You could really take it to a new level. Here you can't do that, and that's fine. That's a decision they made, and they want to bring in the kiddies and all that, make the money. I get it. But if you're going to go dark. Do something like Batman, that really worked. Here, it's not going dark for enough, and there's no moments of levity, there's no life, it's just no fun. And you gotta give us one or the other. You can't just sit in the middle. This movie just sits in the middle. Lifeless, dull, bland. It looks the color palette it chose is just kind of grim, and it doesn't work. Why are you watching this film? What are you rooting for here? And Morbius is supposed to be, at least try to build him up as an anti-hero. That's not the case at all, and he's not really a hero at all. And there's something that happens in this couple of end credit scenes, and the end credit scene which don't make any sense and kind of just go back to what I'm talking about okay, who are they trying to make Morbius? What are they doing with him? Is he going to be a hero? Is he going to be an anti-hero? Make a decision, but they don't do anything. He just kind of toes the line, like, okay, what are we doing with this character? And just nothing really works. Nothing worked. The story's bland, predictable. I hear people say this is like a movie that was made in the 90s, and I agree. This is a superhero movie that probably should have come out in 1998. 99 or maybe early 2000s before the big superhero boom came to be in the late 2008, 2009 with Marvel, of course, and known as Batman's, etc. But yeah, it's a failure. I can't see audiences really getting behind this character, and I'm so disinterested in seeing another Morbius at all. They want to put him in, fine, go ahead. I'm sure there's going to be mixed in. They're going to try to do a Sinister Six or whatever the plans are. But ultimately, this movie falls flat. It's not for me. It really isn't. If you guys are hardcore to go watch it, buyer beware. Don't say I didn't warn you. Maybe enjoy it, but I suspect probably not. At best, this movie will be mediocre. It's not even as good as Venom. And again, Venom wasn't exactly a work of art either. It was just it was entertaining and fun, but it wasn't a great film. This is not a great film, fair enough, but it's not a fun or entertaining one. And that's the problem. So Morbius, you're gonna check it out. Comment below, let me know what you guys thought. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed money to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.